Hi, this is Ning. Welcome back to Soul Tarot Weekly Messages, the space where we listen not to the noise of the world, but to the quiet truth of the soul. Each week, we tune into your inner guidance, your higher timeline, and the energy your soul is trying to bring through. Let's see what message wants to come forward for you this week. We open this week with Temperance in reverse. Lately, you may have felt out of sync, like you are trying to mix oil and water. This is the energy of inner friction. Your soul is pointing out where you've been forcing a balance that isn't natural. The message here is, stop trying to be perfectly balanced and start being perfectly honest about how you feel. Healing doesn't happen in a straight line. The challenge is surprisingly positive. The four wands. Wait, how can celebration can be a challenge? Sometimes, when we are in a stage of friction, temperance reversed, we find it hard to accept joy or stability. Your soul is asking, can you allow yourself to feel safe? Can you celebrate your small wins even if everything isn't fixed yet? The challenge is to accept the home you have built even with its cracks. In the recent past, you avoided a total collapse or perhaps a crisis happened, but the dust is finally settling. The Tower reverse suggests a delayed realization or a slow motion change. You've been bracing for the floor to fall out, but the worst is over. Now you are standing in the wreckage, realizing you are still here. Your soul's higher intention this week is the Queen of Pentacles. She appeared in our last reading, and she's back to remind you, prioritize your sanctuary. The goal is to move from the chaos of the mind to the comfort of the body. Fix yourself well, touch the earth, and be the resourceful, grounded anchor for your own life. Lately, you've been doubting your own calling. With judgment reversed, there's a sense of self-criticism or an unwillingness to hear the inner bell. You might be ignoring a truth because you ain't ready for the responsibility that comes with it. It's okay to take your time, but don't pretend you didn't hear the call. As we move forward, it's time to stop looking in the rearview mirror. The Six of Cups reversed suggests a moving away from nostalgia or the things used to be. The past was a beautiful teacher, but it is no longer a place where you can live. The soul is calling you back to the present moment. You currently see yourself as someone who is tired of waiting. The Hangman reversed shows a restless energy. You are done with the pause button. You are ready to cut the rope and get your feet back on the ground. Be careful not to rush just for the sake of movement. Ensure your perspective has actually shifted first. The world around you is moving slowly and steadily. You may feel surrounded by people or circumstances that require patience and hard work. This isn't a week for quantum leaps. It's a week for methodical steps. The environment rewards the tortoise, not the hare. Your deepest hope and fear is the big what's next. The Two of Wands shows you standing at the balcony, looking at the horizon. You hope for a grand new direction, but you fear the commitment it requires. You are at the edge of a decision, waiting for the right signal to set sail. The reading concludes with the Emperor reversed. This is a beautiful outcome for this specific spread. It represents the softening of authority. You are letting go of the need to be the boss of your life in a rigid, controlling way. By the end of the week, you realize that true power doesn't come from an iron fist, but from an open heart. You are trading control over flow. Your soul whispers this week, stop trying to force the business to fit. Let the old towers crumble and the old memories fade. True stability isn't found in a rigid plan. It is found in a quiet strength of a heart that refuses to harden. Thank you for listening to Soul Tarot Weekly Messages. May this reading guide you with clarity and calm. I'm Ning. See you next Sunday.